Ronin Geeks proudly presents Marvel's What If Party Thor. The following audio may contain coarse language and other materials that may not be for a younger audience. The opinions expressed in this audio are solely those of the speakers involved. These conversations may contain spoilers for current media such as games, comics, movies, television shows, and more. Ronin Geeks makes no claim to ownership of the various media discussed, simply the opinions expressed. Listener discretion is advised. Hey you guys, it's here in the Facebook group, 1,400 members strong, enjoying Marvel's hot ride out for the rest of the year. We got a lot of amazing content coming in the group. Be sure to be checking out all the spoiler threads that are usually posted, and be sure to check out the YouTube where we have all of our discussions pertaining to everything Marvel, DC, gaming, sports, you name it. We've got the content. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. We greatly appreciate it. And be sure to check us out on anchor.fm/GordonGeeks for your audio-only content, which will whisk you away to any of these beautiful streaming services. Without further ado, Marvel's What If. Up top, we got the man, the myth, the Marvel, Drunk Drax, Will Parker in the house. How you doing?
I am good.
And I am Ice Bros, just chilling out after another solid episode of Marvel's What If with Party Thor. What an episode, what an episode, what an episode. That was, if you did not stick around till the end, go back and do yourself a service. That ending was nuts. Even had the Watcher going, wait, what? So, that was some shit right there. So, without further ado, give me your thoughts and feelings on this episode.
All right. I think this episode was just a fun episode. So that more or less, have a couple cameos of characters just kind of run around doing things in their alternate versions. So that nothing too serious until the end. We got a better look at Captain Marvel. Let's with that. And yeah, just kind of I feel it's more of a setup than anything. So again, like nothing too crazy, so like that, but it was definitely still a fun episode to watch.
Yeah, because at this point in time, we have several villains running around who carry some serious weight. We have evil Doctor Strange, who's reformed, but we don't know where he's going to be aligned. We have this Cthulhu-like Kraken thing that there's a lot of speculation about, nothing solid. Then we have Thanos, who was one stone away, and now we have Vision, Ultron, every single stone, with an army of Ultrons ready to go. So I mean, there's a lot of big bads running around, and this was a huge setup episode considering how light the episode was as a whole. Because I mean, we had Nebula, Drax, the Grandmaster, Korg. I mean, you name it. We had the Ravagers were chilling in there. I mean,
You got scrolls running around this bitch.
and then you had Captain Marvel, and then you had the Warriors 3. Loki was now Brokey, basically. I mean,
Yo, Nick Fury got yeeted.
just Korg, just elbow, whack. And then it's like Maria Hill's now the acting director. I was like, acting director? The fuck happened to that? What the fuck happened to Fury? Like, what? That doesn't happen often. And the next thing you know, you see the scene, you're just like, huh? This is the only time like Samuel L. Jackson will ever be disrespected like that. He will only take it once.
I was laughing so fucking hard.
I mean, this whole episode was just nuts from beginning to end, and it still turns out that even with Thor just being like full of himself, in love with himself, he still falls for Jane Foster, even though they had some serious diplomatic relations, or he was bringing the thunder from down under. So that was definitely interesting. But any huge scenes you want to discuss? Any major points need to be rehashed?
I mean, if anybody's shitting on Captain Marvel, so that she's still that chick. Like she playing no games and stuff like that, and Thor not being as battle hardened as he would have been, stuff like that. Like yeah, that's Captain Marvel ripped his ass apart, freaking regardless. So just know that she ain't the one to fuck with. And then the ending, which we'll get to. So other than that, everything else in between was just more or less just kind of fun and games, and you know.
Yeah, because if you've ever been wondering, like, what would happen if Captain Marvel and Thor decided to throw hands and just kind of let things be what they were. That's exactly what you get if Thor wasn't ready and he wasn't prepared, didn't do his homework, and hasn't been, as he said, tested. He hasn't done the homework that was needed for that level of test. And Captain Marvel, while holding back, was still giving him the business. And he was like, even he was saying, like, hey, I'm starting to feel this. It's like, can we not do this? So that turned out to be a thing that was happening. And I thought a lot of the cameos were really lighthearted. I'm always happy to hear Kat Dennings' voice. I mean, I wasn't gonna just skip over the fact that we had Darcy back, because I mean, that is a woman after my own heart. Sorry, Kat Dennings, but always love having you on. And it was hilarious seeing her interaction with Maria Hill and how she was like, well, no, it wasn't Maria Hill. It was with Brie Larson. It was just like, hey, you're at about an 8. I need you to take it about a 4, and still just everyone just having a grand old time of it. So I mean, it was always nice hearing some of your favorite characters interact in ways we never thought before. And Marvel's really struck gold with this what if concept. There's so many ways that things can go, and there's no way we're not getting season 2 at this point. I mean, I think there was maybe like one episode throughout, like we're like 7 episodes in, 6, 7 episodes in. Only about one episode we're kind of like, but everything else has been such solid stuff, and like it's in comparison to everything that you have out there. By itself, it would have been phenomenal. Because I mean, like, look, we all loved WandaVision, but the first 2 episodes, not for everybody. They were for the intellectuals who were prepared for that kind of slow burn. And then once the slow burn got going, man, what a show! What a show! Came out with a lot of awards, and it was phenomenal at the end. So, more than happy to sift through what we got here. And this was a great episode. I was very happy. But without further ado, I know you want to talk about it. Educate me on Vision Ultron.
Vision Ultron is, basically this is what Ultron was going for in terms of full synthesis and stuff like that, and actually being what he wanted to be in the MCU and stuff like that, being realized. I think it came down to the setup and the entrance and stuff like that, because when he entered and stuff like that, it's kind of like you see Ultron and you see the stones and stuff like that. If you look at the armor, you see the stones and stuff sitting there. So he's ready to go. Like, he's been fucking shit up somewhere, somehow, and stuff like that. And then you see him pop the fucking visor and you see that it's Vision. So now my question is, what are they doing with this what if? Is this a separate Vision and stuff like that became the Ultron and stuff like that is kind of running with it? Or is this the Vision from the zombies and stuff like that freaking reincarnated and stuff like that and put back together and stuff like that? Freaking, do we have any, like, I want to know if we have any connection anywhere else, or if it's just a standalone. Because you see with some of the other characters and stuff like that, stuff is going to start getting pulled in and stuff like that. You'll see, okay, well, we see Captain Carter got, yeeted through the freaking space thing, and she ended up with Nick Fury. Is she in this universe right now where Party Thor is and stuff like that? Or is she elsewhere and stuff like that? Was this Vision some type of way? Is the zombie Scarlet Witch going to come through looking for her Vision and see this one? And like, I don't know. Like, I got questions, I got theories and stuff like that I can just run with, but I gotta play around and see what's what.
Gotta clean up the red string a little bit, tidy up the room
Pretty
before you're
much.
ready to show everybody the board and be like, see, this is what's happening. And then, as per usual, you're pretty spot on. I mean, I think the only thing I haven't been spot on about is WandaVision. I don't think anybody really called the whole twist of everything. You called what was happening with Agatha all along early. But at the same time, like, how everything played out, I don't think anybody in their right mind, unless they'd gotten insider information, would have had that dialed down to a T. But, like, I have nothing for my board at the same time. Like, we saw Thanos had almost all the stones in one what if. Now we have Vision, Ultron, with all of the stones. So in my mind, it has to be a separate universe. Those 2 episodes cannot correlate, but I'm not saying at the same time, though, that Captain Carter could not correlate with what we have here. And there's a couple episodes where you're like, yep, those 2 things would intersect perfectly. These 2 would intersect fine. So it's like just going back and rehashing which episodes added together equals a result where you could have a cognitive and decent theory about what's going on with Marvel. But again, what if? I feel like the end of that episode was what if everything went Ultron's way and that his
Uh,
plan ultimately came to fruition. So he got in of itself, he got a brief cameo of his own master plan coming to work. So that's
yeah, I'm about to go back and really look at it and break it down and see what was going on with Ultron when he showed up and stuff like that. So see if there's anything I missed, because we just kind of watched it. We get in here immediately to record, and it's like, is there something else? Is there something else that I missed? Like, what is it? I need to know.
because we don't even compare notes. We just straight from the hip, see what happens, see what we're talking about, and then usually we come together with a pretty decent plan. Or by we, I mean usually you, because Marvel is your bread and butter. You know the comics. You've been raised in it. You've grown up with it. I'm a newer fan, so trying to assess things from a very minimalist perspective is always interesting. And I mean, every once in a while, I feel like I help with these conversations, but at the same time, I usually take a lot of your theories. I'm like, oh, yeah, there's a lot for that, and then kind of sift through what we got, and Marvel will usually give us a beautiful, beautiful ending. Because I mean, when have we ever gone through a Marvel project? I mean, like, you know what? This was a significant waste of our time and energy and resources. I mean, we're literally ass crack of dawn, and we are discussing Marvel's What If for the Grown A Geeks, who should be sure to like the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button, be sure to hit that notification bell, so they can see everything that we got going on for you, see why we make the sacrifices that we do to get this page continually pushed up there in the rankings and make sure that we are giving you guys the best content available. That being said, is there anything else we really feel like we really need to rehash, or is there
Um,
just too much loose red string right now to really
I mean, it's
get a
just
nice
loose right
line?
now. You just got to kind of see where it goes, because like I went back and looked at it, so at that, and he's got the four on the chest, the one here, and then the one on the head.
Temple,
But,
yeah.
but when he pops the freaking visor open, you see the real stone in his forehead, and so at that. So it's like, are the stones on the outside decoys and so at that? Does he really have all of them? Are the other ones grafted to his chest or something like that? Freaking! So if you rip him out of that shell, I don't know. But again, these are all questions that we just kind of wait and see where they go with it and what gets done. So I think I don't know what episode we're going to next, but I kind of think that
I think
since we
Nebula's episode, not Nebula, again, I keep doing that. It's Gamora, not Nebula. I think Gamora's episode is next. I want to say.
yeah. So Gamora, and I think we got something about Sakar coming up, so at that, because we just saw the Grandmaster ride off with a little scooter or whatever, so at that he was
Freaking
there
Jeff
at the party.
Goldblum.
So yeah, one of those two could be up next and stuff like that, and we'll just see how it goes and start piecing shit together some more. So I'm excited, can't wait. See what we got.
We'll tackle it next week, as per usual. I've been Brent. I've been running host as Ice Bros. Huge fan of Bro Loki. So Brokey was my dude for this episode. And then, as always, the man, the myth, the marvel, Drunk Drax, the tequila master himself, Will Parker, in the house. Thank you for your time, sir. And
Yep.
as your fellow Marine, Tony would say,